Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/am I the asshole, where you would not believe the sense of entitlement of a cheating wife. Let's begin. Our first story was posted by Reddit user Scared Special.
My ex, 30, and I, 31, share a 7-year-old son together. Our marriage ended 4 years ago when I discovered she was cheating on me. Our divorce stalled because she announced her pregnancy, and as her husband, I was the presumed father. We had to wait until her daughter was born and a DNA test was carried out for the divorce to continue. And then I also had the battle of making sure I was not responsible for her second child, which is something she was arguing for because the real father did not want to be in the child's life. It was a very stressful and costly time, and my exes and my ability to co-parent was destroyed during this period. On my end, because she was trying to make me responsible for her child with someone else after cheating on me, and after trying to stop the divorce a few times because she wanted to work things out and be a family. On her end, because I knew she was not going to get anywhere with the biological father, and she hates me for not stepping up so her daughter would have a dad. I pay child support to my ex, and my son lives with me 50% of the time. The reason for child support is to make up the difference between both households, so my son isn't living very comfortably with me, but struggling to eat well at his mom's. My ex has requested more child support twice. The first time we made it in front of a judge, and it became clear she was trying to get me to indirectly pay child support for her second child. The second time, we did not make it in front of the judge. It was denied an actual court appearance for a lack of changed circumstances. My ex has asked me to take her daughter before when I pick up our son, or she has asked me to buy things for her daughter. I always say no to this every single time. I only communicate with her through an app that the judge added to our order. That is used 99% of the time for sharing important appointments or dates with our son's school. We don't really work together and could not. Our houses are very different. The rules are very different and expectations are very different too. But that will not change because we will never get along enough to agree on shared rules between both houses. This all leads me to the state of things presently. My ex is expecting her third child very soon. And again, there is no biological father who will step up.
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
Now that she is adding another child to the mix, and again will only have one father paying child support, she asked me while we were at our son's school if I would help her out more and take on a role in the lives of her other kids. She said she could easily be homeless in a couple of months if things don't change.
Oh my god, this is happening again.
I refused to help her even hearing that. And when she asked what about our son, I told her that our son could stay with me until she gets back on her feet. She called me an asshole, and she started to make a scene where I had to walk away so our son wouldn't see or hear anything. She yelled after me, but I didn't engage anymore. Am I the asshole?
Wow, your ex is just a treasure trove of bad decisions, isn't she? Also, what kind of crazy entitlement did she have to even think that you, of all people, would step up for her affair babies? They are not your responsibility. They are hers and her baby daddies. I sincerely believe that your ex needs to be sterilized so that she would stop bringing children into terrible lives that she has made. Our second story was posted by Reddit user Elevator Informal.
As a man, should I really be this spiteful towards my cheating ex? So not long ago, my ex reached out to me discreetly. It had been over a year since we broke up after I felt uncomfortable about a new guy friend she made after moving home from college. She actually went and told me she was dating said guy and was subsequently abused by him, locked in basements made to do laps until she stopped crying, etc. Of course, I felt bad for her, so we stayed in touch, and I eventually came down to kick him out. So we kept talking for a few months, and I actually got a new job located in her city. And since we were already friends post-kickout, she said I could stay at hers whilst I got on my feet. This was cost-efficient for me because the city in question is extortionate, and she felt uncomfortable being home alone. Of course, one thing led to another, and we started to reconnect physically and then emotionally.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
Now, I've always had a hint that she cheated on me with this new guy. It wasn't me just being insecure, but I never knew it for a fact. So I asked. I essentially said, look, I know something happened. Tell me. This will be your chance to start a new slate and move on. She admitted that they kissed one night, but I knew there was more because of an incident that happened near the latter part of our relationship. But I took what she said at face value and moved on. Until Saturday. I was at home while she was out and was on her second device with her permission. And there I saw her previous chat with her ex. Obviously, I didn't care about what they spoke about after we broke up, but I couldn't help but look at the ones before and whilst we were dating. That's where I saw it all in black and white. So I cannot love her no matter what now. She says I'm family to her and that I was her true love or whatever bullshit. In my mind, I've been relinquished of any moral obligation to be decent to her. I'm not saying that I am going to be mean or whatever, but I aim to use her. I'll date her and benefit thereunder until I meet another person, from which I'll break things off with her and pursue it with the other. I'll make use of the cheap rent and formulate an exit plan. So, unlike her dirty ass, I won't cheat, but I will date her and make her feel special knowing I don't love her nor want to actually be with her. I am training to be a lawyer and know she's being a homeowner soon. I aim for her to buy said home, in which I'll take actions to retain beneficial ownership in, so she'll have to buy me out. But I don't know, it seems sort of cringe doing all this. Should I just leave? I don't know. Because I do want her to hurt like I am, but to dangle a house over her head would be much. I don't even care she cheated per se, the past is the past. It's just the fact she is so willingly and blatantly lying to my face in the present. Smiling afterwards too, like she's so disconnected from reality.
You know, OP, the mature adult in me says just to take the high road. But let's face it, she's using you as a security blanket. So I don't see why you shouldn't use her too. She will find someone else anyways and most likely cheat on you again and kick you out. So I say, go ahead, screw her out of the house. I'm all for it, OP. Good luck. Today's final story was posted by Reddit user Ferocti.
Buckle up, fasten your seatbelts, and lend me your ears, folks, as this is going to be a long one. I work in customer support for a company that provides specialized software to major players in the healthcare industry. Our clients aren't your average users. They're hospitals, clinics, and medical centers where downtime can have serious consequences. I've been with the company for 5 years and know our software inside out, so I'm often able to troubleshoot unusual problems and get things back on track without a hassle. A few months ago, though, a new supervisor named Alex joined us. He was fresh from a corporate management program and came in with grand ideas about efficiency and productivity. In his mind, the solution to our slow response times was simple: a script-only policy. According to him, every client interaction needed to be scripted to prevent wasting time on unnecessary advice. No more custom solutions, no additional steps, no thinking outside the box. If a client's issue wasn't in the script, we were to log it, escalate it, and have them wait for a callback. When Alex announced the new policy, I raised my hand, explaining that most clients call us precisely because they're dealing with specific, time-sensitive issues. Sticking rigidly to the script would just frustrate them and, in many cases, fail to solve their problems entirely. Alex didn't budge. Everyone follows the script, no exceptions, he said, smiling in that overconfident way that made it clear he thought he was reinventing the wheel. If even our biggest client calls, you follow the script. Cue a couple of weeks later. One morning, I pick up a call and am greeted by the CEO of one of our top clients, a massive healthcare network we've worked with for years. They hold a multi-million-dollar contract with us, and losing them would be catastrophic. The CEO is calling in a panic because their entire system is down. The glitch they're dealing with is blocking patient records and diagnostics, putting patient care at risk. This isn't just a technical issue, it's affecting people's health. As soon as he describes the issue, I recognize the problem. It's a known bug with a straightforward, 5-minute workaround, something I've handled a dozen times before. But here's the thing. The fix isn't in the script. I'm immediately torn. My instincts tell me to help him, to do my job and prevent a disaster. But Alex's strict orders echo in my head: follow the script, no exceptions. If I help, I risk my job. If I don't, I risk this client's contract and possibly lives. So I do exactly as Alex told me to do. I go through the script, step by painful step. The CEO is losing patience fast. As I drone through basic troubleshooting steps he clearly doesn't need, he interrupts, asking why I'm wasting time. I explain the policy. I'm only allowed to offer solutions that are in our script. If this doesn't fix it, I can escalate the case, and someone will call you back within 24 hours. He goes dead silent, then says, escalate it, now. I log the issue as required, escalating it for a callback. Within an hour, word spreads that Alex has been summoned to an emergency meeting with our department head. Apparently, the CEO of our client had gotten in touch with our company's leadership directly and wasn't mincing words. He demanded an explanation for the sudden drop in our service quality and threatened to take his business elsewhere. Rumor has it he even said, if your idea of support is running through a script instead of fixing the problem, then we're done here. By the end of the day, we all received an email titled Script Policy Update. Effective immediately, we were now encouraged to use best judgment and to go off script as needed for high priority issues. Alex's entire efficiency plan was scrapped on the spot, and he's now under performance review. It's safe to say he's lost any respect from our team, and I'm not sure his reputation will ever recover after that blunder. In the days that followed, the story of the client meltdown spread like wildfire through the office, growing more exaggerated with each telling. Some people said the CEO threatened to sue. Others claimed he'd hinted at buying out a competitor. Regardless of the details, Alex's name became a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when you put rigid policies above common sense. And as for me, well, I've been doing my job the way I always have, thinking on my feet, solving problems, and trusting my instincts. The difference now is I have a little smirk every time I think about it. After all, I was just following orders.
You know, this is what I've learned way back in the day when I was working a corporate job. The best way to fix a stupid process is to follow it to the letter until it falls apart, which is exactly what happened here. You know, it's always the new bosses. You know, the newly hired boss that has no fucking idea what's happening. So they decide it will be an excellent idea to destroy the already working process and implement some stupid rule they pulled out of their asses. When will these idiots learn? Also, OP, it was very smart to hint to the customer the source of the problem so they can bring the hammer down, but not on you. Well done, man. Excellent work. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.